to the campus of El Medina High School, where tonight the CIF Southern Section game between Corona Del Mar Sea Kings and the Villa Park Spartans. Tonight is homecoming for Villa Park, and we are happy that you are here this evening. Corona Del Mar head coach is Kevin Hedig. They bring in a record of 7-0. Head coach for Villa Park, Dusan Anchich, in his 17th season, 4-3 overall record. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to stand and remove your hats as we are pleased to have the national anthem performed by the Villa Park Choir under the direction of Stacy O.
Proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner kicks us off as we welcome you to Fred Kelly Stadium for tonight's Villa Park homecoming as the Spartans welcome the Corona Del Mar Sea Kings in for a Bravo League matchup here on a beautiful, albeit warm, Friday night in the city of Orange. You're watching high school football presented by the Orange Unified School District, and tonight should be a good one here as the Spartans come in at 4-3 overall. They are 1-1 in the Bravo League. On the other side, it's an undefeated Corona Del Mar Sea Kings team. They are 7-0 this year. They are 2-0 in the Bravo League, looking to maintain that undefeated record as they do battle here at Fred Kelly Stadium. My name is Nathan Percy. For our entire crew here with the Orange Unified School District, we'd like to welcome you here to Fred Kelly Stadium, and a special welcome for those Villa Park Spartans who are joining us virtually here. Welcome home back to Fred Kelly Stadium as these Spartans look to improve to 2-1 in Bravo League play. This really is an important matchup here for the Spartans, as they'll have to win 1 out of 2 against the Bravo League the Bravo League favorites in Corona Del Mar and San Juan Hills this week and next week in order to have a chance at a 3-2 record and a possible third place finish. Keep in mind, Villa Park has already lost to Yorba Linda a couple of weeks ago. Yorba Linda also a tough team in this league as well. So the Spartans have their work cut out for them again. For the Sea Kings, they come in after a 21-6 victory over Newport Harbor last week in a Battle of the Bay game. And the Sea Kings, led by third-year head coach Kevin Hedig, looking to keep their record perfect here tonight. 7-0 they come in overall, and 2-0 in the Bravo League. They will wear their white jerseys with the sky blue numbers on the front and back, the dark blue pants with the white helmets. On the other side, the Spartans wearing their all sky blue uniforms with the white numbers on the front and back and the sky blue helmets. The captains meeting at midfield here for the opening coin toss, and we will see who will start with the ball first. Again, for Villa Park, they got a momentum-building 42-24 victory over Tesoro High School down in South Orange County last week. That was a game that head coach Dusan Ancich said the team was happy about afterwards, but then going back and looking at film, Of course, as every coach does, he saw some things to clean up and get ready for this Corona Del Mar team here tonight. He says his team has grown every week. This is a young squad. Their first game of the year, they only had 2 returning starters in the starting lineup as Corona Del Mar wins the coin toss and defers to the second half. Villa Park will open up with the football here in the first half. But for those Spartans, again, just a little bit of improvement each and every week. But the one thing that head coach Dusan Ansich said was he wants to see them clean up the little mistakes and the unnecessary penalties. He said right now our biggest opponent is Villa Park. We need to figure out how to again, stay disciplined and play without these penalties and little mistakes here and there that have cost us some games early on in the season. We'll see how they do here tonight. See if this homecoming crowd gives them any extra momentum as well. As Corona Del Mar on the other side, ready to go. Head coach Kevin Hedig noticed that Villa Park made a quarterback change last week and said that Matt Smith, the junior quarterback who took over for the Spartans last week, throws one of the better balls of any quarterback in the county. So a lot of high praise for junior quarterback Matt Smith from his opposing head coach Kevin Hedig. But he said, we've just got to stay disciplined. Our team plays hard. We got to continue to play hard here tonight. We can't give Villa Park anything because they will take it if they can. And again, it should be a good one here tonight. 2 very well-coached teams. Of course, Dusan Ansich in his 18th season here with the Villa Park Spartans. He lives in the local community, and homecoming night always a big night for him, and his football program as well, as they are just about set to bring out the flags and head out towards their sideline. Football coming your way in just a moment. It's Villa Park taking on Corona Del Mar. Should be a good one on tap for you here as we close out our homecoming series here with the Orange Unified School District. Of course, if you missed the last 3 games over the previous 2 weeks, Orange High School got us started with a 52-14 victory over Fountain Valley. And then last week on Thursday, it was Canyon falling to Irvine 29-21 on their homecoming night. And last Friday, a week ago from tonight, it was El Medina coming up with a 28-21 victory over Western in the Delta League. El Medina actually has a big game tonight at Tustin, a rivalry matchup and a big one in the Delta League for the Vanguards. But we're here with this one. This one also a big one here for the Spartans as they take on the undefeated Corona Del Mar Sea Kings. For the Spartans, once they get onto the field, back deep to receive will be Lovey Clark. And for the Sea Kings, kicking it away will be Joseph DeBella. Corona Del Mar, by the way, they lead the Bravo League at 2-0. San Juan Hills, Yorba Linda, Villa Park, and Tesoro all at 1-1. And Newport Harbor is at 0-2. Villa Park will play Newport Harbor in a couple of weeks to close out the regular season. Next week, the Spartans travel to San Juan Hills. For the Sea Kings, they will play Tesoro next week. I believe they close out their slate with Yorba Linda in a couple of weeks' time. DeBella has it teed up at the 40-yard line. Villa Park will travel from left to right on your screen, south to north on the football field, as Lovey Clark is back deep to receive this opening kick. Week 8 action underway here at Fred Kelly Stadium. Homecoming night for Villa Park. The Spartans looking to start things off with a spark here tonight as Clark returns this football back to about the 25-yard line. And that is where Matt Smith and company will start for Villa Park. 1st and 10, ball officially spotted at the 25-yard line. Let's take you through that Villa Park starting offense. On the offensive line, from left to right, it's Marco Valente, Jaden Sombrano, Eddie Martinez, Uriel Olivares, and Ryan Bell. At the center position, you may also see Andrew Flores locked into the center spot as well. It'll be Matt Smith at quarterback with Coy Collins, the running back. Lovey Clark is the man in motion here on first down. They hand it to Collins. Collins has some room on the left side, gets a good gain there, patient running, and then tried to turn on the afterburners, but is brought down in the secondary by Maverick DeClark. That's a 9-yard gain on first down, and it'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Spartans. Wide receivers for Villa Park, Levy Clark, Alex Samuel, Ethan Hedrick. Your tight end will be Greg Reyes. After this play, we'll introduce the defensive side for Corona Del Mar. Spartans will send 2 receivers out to the right. It'll be an I formation set here for Smith. You'll also see Vince Legata on the field in a variety of positions. He had been starting at quarterback up until last week. Levy Clark in motion from right to left. This goes to the fullback. Plunges his way up the middle, pushes that ball forward up to about the 38-yard line. It'll be a first down on a 4-yard gain. I believe that was Mason Culp. Pardon me, that was Maverick DeClark on the carry. Previous stop on first down for the Sea Kings, that was Brady Annette. My apologies. So DeClark takes it up for 4 yards, and that'll give the Spartans a fresh set of downs. Shotgun formation now for Smith, 1 receiver on either side. And he will put a man in motion. That's Lovie Smith once again. Handoff to Collins. It was an option. He stuck it in there. Collins gets back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Defensively tonight for the Sea Kings, on the defensive line, you'll see Damian Zeno Herrera, Landon Rucker, Dylan Nichols, and Kaysen Yarnall. In the linebacking core, it'll be Cash Pearsall, Scott Anderson, and Nolan Scott. And in the secondary, Will Chavez and Tucker Murray, your cornerbacks. Cannon Cook and Henry Burchard will be your safeties. This defense held Newport Harbor to 6 points last week, as Smith has 2 running backs in the backfield with him, 2 receivers on the left-hand side. Man in motion is Clark. They give it to Collins. Collins tries the left side, and he's met immediately. Ball comes out, and is covered by Corona Del Mar as the Sea Kings will take over, or take that back. They're going to rule him down at the 37-yard line. Collins loses a yard, but perhaps a lucky break there for the Spartans. That ball looked like it came out before his knee touched, but they will keep possession to the home team here, as it was Scott Anderson, the man who got to Collins first, the middle linebacker, bringing him down. It'll be 3rd and 11 coming up here for the Spartans. They split 3 receivers out to the right and 1 to the left as they spread it out here for Matt Smith. Junior quarterback has Collins now heading out to the right. Smith backs up. He's looking at Collins. Now up the middle, he has Clark. Clark finds a hole, gets through 1 tackle, but can't get through the next as he gets up just shy of the 45-yard line, up to the 44. That was Kaysen Yarnall who was able to make the stop, and that'll be a gain of about 6, as it'll be 5 yards short of the first down. 4th down coming up here for the Spartans. So Smith connects with Levy Clark, and the offense still out there here. Shotgun formation. Now they move a couple of fullbacks over to the left. They send Levy Smith out wide to the left. Wonder if this will be a little short punt here for Smith. Hard count. Nothing doing from the Corona Del Mar side, and now they will put up in punt formation, even though they have wide receivers spread out. This will be a punt, and over the head of the Sea Kings, they'll just let it bounce and see how far it goes towards the Sea Kings end zone. Villa Park will get there before it dies at the 3-yard line, and that's where the Sea Kings will take over. Nice punt there for the Spartans, pins the Sea Kings deep in their own territory, and Brady Annette and company will take over. 1st and 10 from the 3, make it the 4, with 8:08 remaining here in the first quarter, as the 2 teams will switch early in this one. Brady Annette will lead the offense out. He's got Landon Rucker, Jack Meyer, Judah Snow, Eddie Susselick, and Marcus Costa from left to right on the offensive line. Running backs Chase Kachera and Trajan Nixon. And the wide receivers, you'll see them quite a bit. It'll be Dorset Stecker, J.J. Haley, and Garrett James. Ryan Herrera is your tight end on the offense here for Corona Del Mar. Pistol formation set here for the Sea Kings. Annette in his own end zone, fakes the give, throws over to the far side. Catch made, and slipping through a tackle before going out of bounds. I believe that's Haley. And that will be enough for a first down. About a 15-yard gain up to the 19-yard line, as Haley was the recipient of that pass there from Brady Annette. As they have a first down, but more importantly, they get away from their own end zone. After this play, we'll introduce the defense here for the Villa Park Spartans. As Annette is in a shotgun formation with running backs on either side. One receiver on either side as well. As it's a clean snap, they hand it off to the running back, who bounces off the line and heads over to the left. He's got some room over there, cuts it back in, and still on his feet beyond midfield. And up to the Villa Park 45. That's Stecker on the run from the 19 to the Villa Park 45. That is a 36-yard gain on first down, and another first down for Corona Del Mar. They'll get back to the line quickly. Pistol formation set. Back to pass is Annette. Heavy pressure here. He rolls out to his left, and he's just going to take it out of bounds. He is pushed there. That was Maverick DeClark, who was the last to touch Annette before he got out of bounds, and that will be a loss of 2 on the play. For the Spartans on defense, on the line, you'll see Elijah Dean, Jaden Bracamontes, Sebastian Hamblett, and Tanner Miller. Parker Johns, Maverick DeClark, and Ethan Hedrick, your linebackers. And in the secondary, Devin Brown and Levy Clark, your cornerbacks. Cooper Nagel, Sean Burns, and Dalton Long will be your safeties tonight. Shotgun formation set here for Annette. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. And back to pass is the quarterback. Now he's going to step up in the pocket, finds a man up the middle, and that's Stecker. Right at the first down marker, dragging him back a bit there was Sean Burns, one of the safeties. They will mark him at the 35-yard line. It will be a 10, make it a 12-yard gain. And a new set of downs here for the Sea Kings. So 2 for 2 is Annette. Stecker, James, and Haley have been dangerous weapons for him all season long. Stecker checks in at 5'10", Garrett James at 6'2", so too is J.J. Haley. They're both on the near side here. Shotgun formation with Stecker and Kachera in the backfield. They hand it off to Stecker, now trying the far side. Finds a seam, but not much doing there. Up to the 30-yard line, make it a 5-yard gain. Helping in on the stop for the Spartans. Believe was Alex Samuel. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 5. Pardon me, that's Tanner Miller on the stop. Pistol formation set here. 3 receivers to his left for Annette. In the backfield, I believe, is Kuchera. They fake the give. The throw is a bit too high. Levy Clark was actually the closest one to it, but it was intended for Garrett James. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. Again, this Corona Del Mar unit has really played hard all season long, according to head coach Kevin Heddig. There you get a good look at Deucen Ansich, the 18th-year head coach of the Villa Park Spartans. Again, for Ansich, he said the biggest opponent for Villa Park this season has been Villa Park. They've just got to do their job and try to contain this dangerous Corona Del Mar offense. Loves homecoming, loves the family environment here at Villa Park, as Annette is back to pass. Pressure coming in, he lobs it up, he's got a guy, that's Haley, and he makes the catch at the 14-yard line before stepping out of bounds. Levy Clark with the coverage, and that is a 16-yard gain on a 3rd and 5 play. That is Haley's 2nd catch of the drive. And it puts Corona Del Mar within the Villa Park red zone. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line, as Villa Park will change up the personnel. It looks like Jaden Polk heading out to play cornerback on the far side. 2 receivers to the right. Now they're going to put Stecker out there as well. Will Corona Del Mar. This handoff goes to Kuchera. Tries the left side, bounces off 1 tackle, still on his feet, and tumbles forward to about the 11-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain. That is Kuchera on the carry, his first of the night, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Again, the Spartans defense last week had a 14-10 lead over Tesoro and held the Titans scoreless in the middle 2 quarters before allowing them 14 points in the 4th quarter. However, the Spartans scored 21 points of their own in the final frame of that game last week on the road. Pistol formation set here for the Sea Kings. 1 receiver to the left and 2 to the right. Fake the give, looking at James on the left-hand side. Nearly took it away from Levy Clark, but it slips out of the hands, and that'll fall incomplete. I believe that'll bring up a 3rd down. They have 4th down on the far side, but I believe it's 3rd. There it is. 3rd and 7 coming up here for Corona Del Mar. Other Bravo League games taking place this week include include Yorba Linda at Tesoro and Newport Harbor at San Juan Hills. So this is the only game in North County in this league tonight. Shotgun formation, back to Passanette. Looking at James to the left, now rolls out to the right. Has some space up the middle, up to the 5, slips through 1 tackle and falls his way in for the touchdown as Brady Annette runs it 11 yards into pay dirt, and Corona Del Mar strikes first here at Fred Kelly Stadium. Smart move there by Annette. Had a wide open area up the middle. Just had to get through 1 tackler, and he did so. And by the time the next one got there, it was too late. He was in the end zone as DeBella comes on for the extra point. Hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good, but a flag comes in. We'll see if this is a re-kick or if it's something to be assessed on the next kickoff. Brady Annette, 11 yards on the score. Garrett James was covered on the left-hand side, so he rolled out right, found space, and punched it in for 6. This penalty goes up against Villa Park. And I believe that will be assessed on the kickoff. So the kick by DeBella is good, and with 4:58 remaining here in the first quarter, it's 7-0 Corona Del Mar over Villa Park. Here on the Spartans' homecoming night, Villa Park will get the ball back in just a moment, looking to answer back here early in this Bravo League matchup. Again, my name is Nathan Percy. For all of us here with the Orange Unified School District, we'd like to thank you for spending some of your Friday night with us here. And for all you Spartans who are tuning in and watching this game on YouTube, welcome home. We're happy to have you with us, happy to be providing this for you as well. And we hope you are enjoying it wherever you may be. Lovey Clark to head back to receive this next kick as DeBella will now tee it off from the Villa Park 45 after the personal foul called on the extra point try against the Spartans. We'll see if DeBella gives Clark anything to return here. Clark just off your screen to the left. There he is, just to the left-hand side, standing just inside the 5-yard line, wearing the number 0. Here comes the kick. It's an onside kick there from DeBella, but this one bounces out of bounds. Good chance for Corona Del Mar to get it, but it took a pretty high hop as it was heading towards the sideline. And Villa Park gets a break there perhaps as well, as they'll get decent field position out of this. It'll be placed at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 here for the Spartans as Matt Smith and company head back out to the field. Coy Collins again will be your running back. He got a couple of rushes in that first drive. For Smith, he just threw the ball 1 time on that drive. It was a 6-yard pass to Levy Clark. Saw Matt Smith in warm-ups And he can put some zip on the football. He can sling it with a tight spiral. Head coach Dusan Ansich was happy with what he saw out of him against Tesoro last week, and he gets another opportunity here tonight. Smith has played in 2 games so far this season for the Spartans. He starts out in the I formation and will hand it off to Collins. Collins tries up the gut slightly to the left, and he is brought down right beyond the line of scrimmage for a 1-yard gain. Maybe a 2, depending on where they spot it. Looking like they're going to put it about the 42-yard line. Take that back. It'll be at the 41. It's a 1-yard gain for Collins. And it'll be 2nd down and 9 coming up. For Smith, the quarterback, a 61% completion rate, 25 of 41 for 344 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions so far this season. He's under center once again as the tight end moves in motion. That's Reyes from left to right. There goes Clark from right to left, and up the gut goes the tight end. He gets through the front 7 and gets enough for a first down beyond midfield. That is DeClark, his 2nd rush of the night, and this one goes for a nice gain of about 12 as the Spartans are in Sea King territory, 1st and 10. Smith will bring him back up to the line once again. I formation set. 1 receiver, Lovey Clark, on the near side. Actually, make it another one on the left-hand side as well. DeClark is your fullback once again. Clean snap. They will hand it off near the 40-yard line up to about the 41. Another decent gain on first down for the Spartans. That'll be a gain of 6 for Collins on first down, and that'll bring it up to the 41-yard line where it'll be 2nd down and a long 4. Cash Pearsall, one of the linebackers on this Sea Kings team, making the tackle. His uncle is the defensive coordinator for head coach Kevin Hedig's squad. In fact, Cash Pearsall's father played high school football at Villa Park. Now his son goes up against the Spartans here in 2025. I formation set. Collins the deep setback. They hand it to DeClark. Up the middle, gets a couple, and he'll be just shy of the first down marker. Does cross over the 40 into about the 39. Give it a 2-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down, and 2 coming up. So Villa Park looking to go smash mouth football here on this drive. No pass attempts yet for Smith here as the clock ticks, 2.5 and counting remaining here in this first quarter. Another beautiful night here in the city of Orange. 71 degrees currently here towards the end of the first quarter. A comfortable temperature for these football players. Here in week 8 already of the high school season. It has just flown by. 5 receivers for Smith on this 3rd down try. 3rd and 2 from the 39-yard line. Clark is in motion. That's Legata in motion. Now he'll go under center. Legata's going to try and push the ball forward, and it looked like he got a couple of yards there before he was stopped. And they will, as long as this spot stays true, it will be a first down here for the Spartans. Legata's the wild card here tonight. He started 6 games at quarterback. He can play running back. He can play wide receiver. And he can do things like that, go in motion, then sneak up behind the center and get a 2-yard quarterback sneak. Smith takes over as the quarterback once again. It'll be an I formation set with 1 receiver on either side of the offensive line. Smith under center, Collins the deep setback, DeClark the fullback. And it'll be a handoff here to Collins, met behind the line of scrimmage. Corona Del Mar was ready for him. And that'll be a loss, as that will be Michael Resnick on the stop there for the Sea Kings. It'll be a loss of 3, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 13 here for Villa Park.
2nd down and 13 from the 40.
Coach Kevin Hedig said that we would see a rotation on the front 7 for the Sea Kings here tonight. Resnick taking advantage of his opportunity and getting the tackle for loss. Under center once again on 2nd and 13 from the 40-yard line is Matt Smith. He's got a receiver on either side and a tight end on the right side of the line. And they're going to switch things up as Smith will go in the shotgun formation. They flip it to Collins, who tries the sweep to the right-hand side, gets that yardage back about 3 yards. That'll technically go as a pass because it went forward into the arms there of Collins. And that's going to end it for the first quarter. So Corona Del Mar marches 97 yards down the field to get the first touchdown of the game. Villa Park trying to respond back here on a long drive that is currently at the Corona Del Mar 37-yard line as the two teams switch sides. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Spartans. When the action gets back underway in just a moment, you're watching high school football presented by the Orange Unified School District on the OUSD YouTube page. And again, a special night tonight. It is homecoming night for the Villa Park Spartans as they welcome back their alumni for what is a crucial ball game between these two squads in the Bravo League. Only scoring in that first half, the 11-yard run by quarterback Brady Annette for the Sea Kings after he scrambled to his right and found a gap. And that is the difference in this one so far, as Matt Smith will lead the offense back out for the Spartans. Ball resting at the Sea Kings 37-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 10 coming up. Coy Collins has seen the football a lot tonight. The running back for the Spartans does not appear he is out there at the moment. They have 5 wide receivers, 3 on the left and 2 on the right. All by his lonesome in the backfield is Matt Smith. The junior has a clean snap, looks to his right, fires, and he's got his target, but he's short of the first down as he's brought down by Will Chavez. And making the play there for the Spartans appeared to be Dalton Long. So Long makes the catch, but it's going to be 4th down and 5. And we'll see what the Spartans decide to do.
4th down. 5 to go.
Smith is 3 for 3 on pass attempts tonight, but they've all been short. His longest throw so far, 6 yards. Shotgun formation with Collins to the left-hand side of his quarterback. In motion is the receiver from the left. This will be Smith running it for the first down and then some out at the 20-yard line. And that's a good 4th down run there. He needed 5. He got well above that.
Down to the 20-yard line.
Believe that was about a 14-yard gain there on 4th down as Smith keeps the drive alive. And the Spartans will keep the ball at the edge of the red zone here for the Sea Kings. Ben Hanna was the man in motion on that last play for the Spartans, who are in the I formation set. 2 receivers to the right as their tight end Greg Reyes is in motion from left to right. Now it's Lovey Clark coming from right to left. Smith, what a fake there, but Corona Del Mar pretty well on top of it as they hand it off to the fullback to Clark, who gets a couple of yards to the 18, and it'll be 2nd down and 8. See Smith, after handing off that ball to DeClark, extend his right arm as if he was going to toss it to Coy Collins in the backfield. But the Sea Kings privy to it, hold it to just a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up, I formation set. Hanna, the receiver, split to the left. On the right is Lovey Clark. DeClark, the fullback. Collins, the deep setback. As Smith will be under center. Smith hands it off to Collins. Collins starts right, tries to cut it back up the middle. He's met at the 19-yard line. The first man to greet him there for the Sea Kings was Scott Anderson, one of their talented linebackers. It'll be a loss of 1 and a 3rd and 9 coming up.
Loss of 1 on the play.
This defense, it really is Scott Anderson and Cash Pearsall who lead it from the linebacking core. They've got talented members in the secondary as well. And they keep the bodies fresh in the front seven by rotating defensive linemen. As this will be a 3rd down and 9. Bunch receivers, 3 of them to the left, including Greg Reyes. On the right is Levy Clark, shotgun formation with Maverick DeClark, with the running back to the left of his quarterback. Here's Hanna, trick play. He's he thought about throwing it. He's slammed down out of bounds outside the 20-yard line. That's Cannon Cook making the play for the Sea Kings. And Corona Del Mar busts up that attempted trick play there for Villa Park. It's a loss of 3. Back to the 22, and we may see a field goal coming up here for the Spartans. It will be, as Dalton Jang comes out to try to boot this one. It'll be a 39-yard attempt. This has the leg. It has the distance. It is good. 39 yards for Dalton Jang on the field goal. And Villa Park gets 3 points here in the second quarter. They do come away with 3 as they stay in this game. It's 7-3 in favor of Corona Del Mar, but Dalton Jang with the 39-yard field goal for the Spartans from the left hash as they get some points out of that lengthy drive. And they will kick it away to the Sea Kings in just a moment as Corona Del Mar will get the ball for the second time tonight. It's Dalton Lang. My mistake. Dalton Lang who kicked it through, not Jang. I apologize. Dalton Lang with the 39-yard field goal for the Spartans, as they will kick it back to the Sea Kings with 8:41 remaining here in this first half. Lang has it teed up at the 40-yard line, back deep to receive for the Sea Kings. Tucker Murray is back there, and it looks like he will get the ball just inside the 5. Tries up the left-hand side, full head of steam, keeps on his feet after a blown tackle there, still on his feet beyond midfield. A flag comes in, and he is taken down beyond the 35. Another flag at the end of the play. That's a huge return if it stands, but the probability of that is very low with 2 flags on the field, especially one of them back at the Sea Kings 40-yard line. Boy, Tucker Murray's got some speed. As we see how this plays out, the other flag is resting on the far side. You see it there. It's at the 34-yard line. It'll be a holding call against the Sea Kings. And one penalty going against the Spartans as well. They call it a personal foul against Corona Del Mar. Not sure what the call was there against Villa Park. But either way, this ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line. That takes away what would have been a return of more than 50 yards there for Tucker Murray. They call it a delay of game. Maybe somebody kicked a football away or something at the end of that play, not sure. Either way, Brady Annette will lead this offense back out for Corona Del Mar. He'll start with 2 receivers split to his right. One receiver split to his right and 1 to the left. Again, the Sea Kings on their first drive went 97 yards for an 11-yard touchdown run by Annette to take a 7-0 lead. Villa Park responded with a lengthy drive of its own that ended in a 39-yard field goal by Dalton Lang. And these referees are going to have to talk things over again. And we have a stoppage in the action, which will give us a chance to remind you at the end of this first half, don't go anywhere. Villa Park's got the homecoming halftime show coming your way. And we will have that every second of that presented by the Orange Unified School District, so make sure you stick around. We'll also have the announcement of the homecoming queen for Villa Park High School here in the class of 2025. Again, the student section has a show planned. You won't want to miss it. We'll have it live for you at halftime. Presented by the Orange Unified School District. 8.5 minutes of game clock away as Corona Del Mar is set to go. They back it up another 10 yards to the 25-yard line, and that's where Annette and company will start. Shotgun formation set, 2 men in the backfield with him. And it's a handoff here. Looks like that's up the middle. Is that Stecker? That is Stecker, who gets it up to about the 33-yard line, an 8-yard gain on first down. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 2. Stecker normally plays wide receiver, but he's got 3 carries tonight from the backfield. As Kuchera gets some time off on this drive, it'll be Trajan Nixon coming in as the deep setback for this drive here for the Sea Kings. 2 receivers split wide to the left and 1 to the right. Annette in the pistol formation with a tight end on the right-hand side of the line. Annette gives it to Nixon. Nixon up the gut is speared at about the 39-yard line, and they'll mark him right at the first down marker. I believe it was DeClark who got the tackle on him, but it will be enough for a first down, I believe, for the Sea Kings as they get it to the 35. So that's a 2-yard gain there for Nixon. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Corona Del Mar. There's Brady Annette wearing the number 4. Nixon to his left and Stecker wearing 0 to his right in the backfield. There are 2 receivers, Haley and James, split wide to the left. And this will be a pass attempt here for Annette. Back to pass. This is a screen attempt. Stecker could not quite make the catch. It bounced off the turf. And that'll be ruled an incomplete pass on the screen attempt there. Villa Park had it pretty well covered. And that will bring up a 2nd down and 10. For the Spartans, looked like Turner Hughes was in on the pressure there of Annette behind the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation here, 2nd down and 2. Annette with the running back Nixon to his left, 2 receivers to his left as well, and 1 split wide to the right. Clean snap back to pass is the quarterback. Looking left, now up the middle, now looking deep to the right. Double covered, but making the play there is Haley. There's a fight for the football as both Haley and Ethan Hedrick came down with it. There is a penalty flag that came in towards the end of that play as well. And they're going to spot it at the 13-yard line. So that went from the 35 to the 13. That is a play of 52 yards. Pardon me, from Annette to Haley. And now all of a sudden, 1st and 10 from within the Villa Park red zone at the 13-yard line. Boy, Haley's having himself quite a day. Already has 83 yards on 3 catches. Pistol formation set. Boy, and Haley had 2 Spartans tailing him there, and Annette was able to place it in a spot where Haley could make the over-the-shoulder catch and hang on to it. Here's a pitch to Nixon. Nixon up the left side, cuts it back up the middle, bounces off a couple of sky blue jerseys before he falls at about the 8-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 after the 4-yard play. Nixon getting a couple of plays here on this 2nd drive of the Sea Kings. Again, there's the Villa Park coaching staff. Ansich in the back there watching on as his defense is getting pushed into its own red zone. Ball at the 8-yard line, 2nd and 5. Shotgun formation with 3 receivers split wide to the right. Now they put Stecker in motion. He starts left, now heads back to the right. Clean snap, looking to his right, and he has Stecker. Stecker turns it upfield, but falls just shy of the end zone. And that'll be a 7-yard pass play up to the 1. And it'll be first and goal here for the Sea Kings. On the doorstep here, their second touchdown, as that play puts the net over the century mark here with 5.5 remaining in the first half. Stecker's second catch of the night. The Spartans are going to be pushed right to the edge here on this next play, as Stecker and Nixon will be in the backfield with the net in the shotgun formation. James and Haley split wide to the left. Hard count there, nothing doing from the Spartans, pardon me. They hand it off to Stecker. Stecker tries up the middle, and there's a stop from the Spartans defense as Polk helps in on the stop for Villa Park. And they'll have to try it again as the ball will be placed once again at the 1-yard line. I believe Parker Johns, one of the linebackers, was in on the stop as well. It'll be second down and goal coming up. Villa Park awaiting here the Sea Kings to get back to the line. Ball is placed right in the middle there at the 1-yard line. It'll be a single back formation set here for the Sea Kings as the net will go under center. Nixon in the backfield. Put a man in motion. And they toss it to Nixon up the right-hand side. Oh, what a play there behind the line of scrimmage at the 5-yard line. That's Cooper Nagel for the Spartans, making the great open field tackle for a loss. And that'll bring up a third and goal from the 6. Make it a -5 yards on that play for the Sea Kings as Nagel was able to find a gap and get to the ball carrier. And now it's third and goal from the 6 coming up here for the Spartans. What a feat this would be if they were able to either hold the Sea Kings to a field goal or get 2 more stops here near the goal line. Shotgun formation for Annette. Sees back to pass, looking left at one of his receivers, looking towards the corner, and Stecker, and he made the catch. Touchdown, Corona Del Mar on a 6-yard pass from Annette to Stecker as the Sea Kings take a 13-3 lead with the extra point coming up. This Corona Del Mar offense, just so many weapons, especially on the outside. Haley already with 3 big plays tonight. Stecker with 3 catches and 4 rushing attempts. And both of them have made an impact on this game as Villa Park jumped into the neutral zone before this kick. And they'll try it again. It's Joseph DeBella on for the extra point. Had it not been for that penalty, that kick would have been through. Now we'll see what Corona Del Mar decides to do with the ball bumped up slightly towards the goal line. Yeah, they declined the penalty, and DeBella will kick it from the same spot here in just a moment. Holding it down is Matteo Anelli, it appears. As he awaits the snap here on this second PAT try. The kick is up and the kick is good. 14-3 in favor of Corona Del Mar. On a good snap there by Damian Zeno Herrera, who was the long snapper for the Sea Kings tonight. Another efficient drive there for Corona Del Mar, this time 75 yards. They go down for 6 with the extra point making it 7. The drive capped by a 6-yard touchdown pass from Brady Annette to Dorset Stecker. And it's a 14-3 lead for Corona Del Mar over Villa Park as the Spartans will get the ball back with just over 3 minutes remaining here in this first half. For Annette, that's touchdown number 24 on the year. And for Stecker, from a receiving standpoint, that is touchdown number 9. As both those young men are in their senior seasons. And that Annette to Stecker combination has been fairly lethal for the Sea Kings all year. For Stecker, he came in with 41 receptions and 485 yards on the year. Annette has thrown for nearly 1,600 yards as this end-over-end kick finds Levy Clark at about the 4-yard line. Dropped it briefly, but picked it back up. Starts up the middle, has a bit of a seam up to the 25, and that's where he is stopped, and that's where the Spartans will take over. 1st and 10. Looked like Nolan Scott, one of the outside linebackers, was in on the stop of Levy Clark at the 25-yard line. He will stay out there in the outside linebacker position as Vince Legata is back out on the field here for the Spartans. Legata will line up as the slot receiver on the right-hand side. 4 receivers, 2 on either side for Matt Smith, who heads back out at the quarterback position. Man in motion is Hannah from right to left, one of the team's tight ends. Nobody in the backfield with Smith, who's back to pass. Throws it to the left hand, completes the pass to the 30. Making the catch there is Sean Burns. It'll be 2nd down and 5 coming up. It's a 5-yard gain on 1st down. And that keeps the clock moving within 3 minutes here. 2nd down and 5 as the team will huddle up. Legata back off the field here for the Spartans, who will come out in the I formation. Coy Collins, the deep setback. Levy Clark is just to the outside of the left of the line. There's a tight end to the right-hand side as well. Under center is Smith. The fullback will be Maverick DeClark. 4-3 defense here for the Sea Kings. They hand it off to Collins. Collins tries right, bounces off a tackler and stays alive and gets near the 1st down marker on a 2nd burst of speed there up the middle. Just shy, a 4-yard gain will bring up a 3rd down and 1. Good second effort there by Collins, who has had a tough first half. 8 rushes for 15 yards. Trying to keep it on the ground to open up the possibility of a big pass play, perhaps. As we're within 2 minutes here of the first half. 14-3 the score. Corona Del Mar with the lead. Villa Park trying to get a score before halftime as the Sea Kings will get the ball to start the second half. Nobody in the backfield with Smith once again. 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Now Legata is going to go under center once again, and he's going to try to push it. Bounces off the line, finds a seam on the left, and he's up for the 1st down and then some up to the 45-yard line of the Sea Kings. And that is an 11-yard gain on 3rd and 1. As Legata gives the Spartans a fresh set of downs as they get into Corona Del Mar territory. Shotgun formation set here for Smith with Collins to his right. Man in motion is Hannah as Smith rolls out to his right. Looking for a receiver, looking fairly deep. Does have a guy at the seam on the right-hand side at the 40-yard line. And that'll be enough for a 1st down, a 15-yard gain. I erred, pardon me. They were not quite to midfield yet, but now they're over midfield and into Sea Kings territory as Smith completes the 15-yard pass up to the 40-yard line. Timeout called. Believe this is called by Villa Park. It would be their 1st of the half as the Spartans will huddle up on the near sideline to try to get something going here in this last minute and 8 seconds of the first half. They started this drive around the 25-yard line, and so far it has gone about 35 yards up to the 40-yard line of the Sea Kings. Ansich, the 18th year head coach here, talking with his offense here as they head back out to the field. Hannah splitting out wide to the right. Collins will be the deep setback. Levy Clark, a late addition. He is split wide to the left. Smith will be under center with DeClark being the fullback. First and 10 here for the Spartans, who have shown they can move the ball here against this Sea Kings defense. Now they're hoping to get a touchdown out of this last drive of the first half. Fake the give to Collins. Back to pass to Smith. Heavy pressure coming in from both sides. Smith steps up in the pocket, still on his feet. Back to the line of scrimmage, but not quite there, as he is brought down for a 1-yard loss. That was Alexander Nicken on the tackle. And Villa Park will call a timeout after the quarterback sacked by Nicken and a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 11. So again, the Spartans try to stop the clock. They do with 53 seconds remaining here in this first half. They'll regroup and come up with another plan here as the Sea Kings huddled up on the far side as well, going over defensive strategy here against this Spartans offense. Again, on the Spartans' last drive, it was a 39-yard field goal by Dalton Lang that got Villa Park on the board. This just the 3rd drive of the half for the Spartans. Corona Del Mar has only had the ball twice in this half, and the Sea Kings have made good on both of those drives with a couple of touchdowns. Matt Smith back out there with Collins to his left in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right for the Spartans. On 2nd down and 11. Clean snap, Smith back to pass, feels the pressure early, throws it to the left, has his man Lagata. Lagata met immediately just beyond the line of scrimmage. And that'll be, that'll bring up 3rd down. Another timeout, I believe, called here for the Spartans. A gain of 3 on the play up to the 38-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 8 coming up. Tackle on the play made by Tucker Murray, one of the cornerbacks here for this Sea Kings defense. As there's 43 seconds left in the half, and now a big 3rd down coming up here for the Spartans. Take that back. There was a flag on the field that I missed. Well, never mind. It came after the play, so the play will count, but they're going to back it up 15 yards now after the play because of that personal foul call. And this is going to make it a 3rd and long now here for the Spartans as Ansich looks on as these officials mark it back at the Villa Park 45-yard line. That's one of those unnecessary penalties that head coach Dusan Ansich was talking about before the game. It'll be a repeat of a 2nd down. But now the Spartans have to travel 25 yards in order to get the 1st down at the Sea Kings 30. 2 receivers on either side of the shotgun formation here for Matt Smith with Collins to his left. Smith back to pass, looking up the middle, now towards the right. He rolls out, and he's under pressure, can't escape, and he's going to fall inside the 30-yard line. A couple of Sea Kings there teaming up on the sack. Believe Nicken was one of them. And that is going to back up the Spartans even more. It'll be 4th down, and that's actually going to end the first half. It's not the way the Spartans wanted to go at the end of the half here, going backwards on that drive. They will kick it off to the Sea Kings to start the 2nd half. And that defense will have to come up with a stop early on for a Corona Del Mar offense that has gone 2 for 2 on their drive so far in the ballgame today. At the half here at Fred Kelly Stadium, it's Corona Del Mar 14 and Villa Park 3. We'll step aside as the student section comes on for the homecoming festivities here at halftime and the announcement of the homecoming queen. We hope you enjoy the festivities, and we'll catch you back just in time for the start of the 2nd half. This is high school football presented by the Orange Unified School District. You're watching it live on the OUSD YouTube page. Enjoy the halftime festivities.
fire in your eyes, I can't resist. Baby, we're gonna wanna remember this. Baby, we're gonna wanna remember this. I can taste it forever on your lips. There's a lifetime living inside that kiss. Baby, we're gonna wanna remember this. Baby, we're gonna wanna remember this. Life moves a little faster. Every second I'm with you. I didn't know what I was after until I found it all in you. Yes, I know. If tonight is all we got, don't let go. Just one more dance. It'll move fast. So don't you blink. Used to pray for a moment just like this. There's a fire in your eyes, I can't resist. Baby, we're gonna wanna remember this. Baby, we're gonna wanna remember this. I can taste it forever on your lips. There's a lifetime living inside that kiss. Baby, we're gonna wanna remember this. Baby, we're gonna wanna pray for a moment just like this. Yeah, one day will the sky might fall. Yeah, one day I could lose it all. So I run until I hit that wall. If I learn one lesson, count your blessings up to the rising sun. And run, run, run. Couldn't get everything that I wanted, but I got what I need, yeah. I see that light in the morning, shining down on me. Stick me up high, take me down low, bear it all and somebody knows. But until then, let's have some fun, yeah. Run, 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 run. They tell you that the sky might fall. They'll say that you might lose it all. So I run until I hit that wall. Yeah, I learned my lesson, count my blessings up to the rising sun. Run, run, run. Yeah, one day will the sky might fall.
Good evening, Spartans, and welcome to Villa Park High School's homecoming halftime performance, where we will be crowning our 2025 homecoming queen. Before we bring out our princesses, let's welcome our homecoming princes. The first prince tonight is Mr. Philip Tran. And please welcome Mr. Ethan Cisneros. Please welcome Prince Mr. Mason Culp. And Prince Yusuf Badur. And Prince Yamin El-Khalut. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our princes tonight. Now it's time to welcome our first princess. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Milena Kaifleji with her father, Miratab Kaifleji. Milena is a proud senior who has made a lasting impact both on and off the campus. She has served as junior class secretary, vice president of Best Buddies, and co-president of the Black Student Union. She is also a dedicated member of the National Honor Society and the Orange County Student Sections, where she serves as director of student membership and events. A 4-year varsity volleyball player and volunteer youth coach, Milena is passionate about leadership, community, and inspiring younger athletes. Her love for science and service has also fueled her interest in pursuing a career in medicine, where she hopes to continue helping others and making a difference. Milena would like to thank God, her friends, teammates, teachers, and family for their endless encouragement and support, especially her mom and dad, who has always been her biggest fan. Ladies and gentlemen, Princess Milena. Please welcome our next princess, Samira Mutani. She is being escorted tonight by her dad, Reminder Singh. She has been a part of the class senate for 3 years, from sophomore year to senior year. She is currently the president of National Honor Society and Tinteract Club, while being treasurer for the Beach Volleyball Club. Samira has always been involved in sports, playing volleyball for 4 years and on the varsity for 3. She's been a captain of varsity for the past 2 years. In the future, she plans to attend a 4-year university to major in nursing and eventually become a nurse anesthesiast. She would like to thank her mother for always being there for her father for always encouraging her younger brother for making her laugh, and her grandpa for always helping her out. Lastly, she would also like to thank her friends for always supporting her and backing her decisions. She loves everybody in her life and will always be there for whoever needs her. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Princess Samira. Our next princess is Trinity Lorenzen Amua. She is being escorted by her father, K.C. Amua. Trinity is involved in Villa Park High School in various ways through leadership, sports, academics, and clubs. She has dedicated 3 years to student leadership associations, serving in class senate, holding a board position in leadership, and currently serving as ASB secretary. Through these roles, Trinity has worked to create an inviting and inclusive environment on campus. Devoted to her faith in God, she is passionate for sharing God's word and love to her fellow peers. For the past 3 years, she has served as secretary for the Christian Club, where she has had the honor of working alongside President Mason Culp to foster a welcoming space for students to grow in their faith. Trinity has represented VP Villa Park as student athlete in volleyball and challenged herself academically through college-level courses. Her positive attitude, compassion for others, and dedication to excellence truly embodies her as a student. Trinity plans to enlist in the United States Air Force to pursue a medical career as a nurse practitioner, where she hopes to continue helping and inspiring others through healthcare. Last but not least, Trinity gives all honor and glory to God for his faithfulness in her life. She would like to thank her parents for their continuous love and guidance, her family for their unwavering support in life, and her friends for the countless memories that have made her high school journey unforgettable. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Princess Trinity. Our next princess is Susie Kim. Susie Kim is involved and dedicated student leader at Villa Park High School. Serving as this year's ASB president, she has played an active role in building school spirit and community. Susie has also been a member of the cheer program for all 4 years, being recognized as a scholar athlete and balancing her leadership commitments with a rigorous AP course load. Beyond ASP and cheer, she serves on the boards of several clubs, including KCC and Hopeful Homes, where she continues to pursue her passion for service and connection. Throughout high school, Susie's favorite members include traveling to Florida with her cheer team for nationals, spending summers with her ASB family, and forming lifelong friendships with so many people who have shaped her journey. Looking ahead, Susie plans to attend a 4-year university on the East Coast, majoring in business marketing. Susie would like to thank her mom and dad for their endless love and support, her friends for the laughter and memories, and her ASB class and advisor, Ms. S., for inspiring her to lead with purpose and heart. Ladies and gentlemen, Princess Susie. Lastly, let's welcome our next princess, Gabriela Torres. Gabriela is being escorted by her mother, Martha Rodriguez. Gabriela is a dedicated scholar and leader who has been deeply involved on campus throughout her 4 years at Villa Park. She serves as ASB's Commissioner of Activities and has been a member of the girls' basketball program all 4 years of high school. She's also an active leader in multiple clubs, including the president of NAMI, N-A-M-I, and Rock the Vote, publicist for Interact, Senior Senate, and Best Buddies, and Junior Secretary for the National Honor Society, collecting over 100 hours of community service. Some of Gabriela's favorite high school memories include cheering in the student section during football games, hosting assemblies, playing basketball with her team, and bonding with her ASB class. Gabriela is currently working toward earning her associate's degree before graduation. She has a strong passion for criminal law, and after high school, she plans to attend a 4-year university to major in political science. Make that science. Gabriela is endlessly grateful for her mother, whose love and hard work have made every opportunity possible. She would also like to thank her siblings, teachers, and the rest of her family who have supported her every step of the way and pushed her to be the best version of herself every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, Princess Gabriela. Villa Park High School would like to send out a big thank you to Friar Tux for donating all of the tuxedos for this event. We also loved seeing all of the HOCO proposals on the VPHS proposal account. And the winner of our proposal account is Sebastian Batista and Natalie Correa. The winning couples will receive free HOCO tickets. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one final round of applause for all of our amazing homecoming princes and princesses and the homecoming court. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, our 2025 homecoming queen. Can I get a drum roll, please? Your 2025 homecoming queen is Trinity Morrison Almua. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for this 2025 homecoming court, which has been outstanding, and for all the people behind the scenes that have put this halftime show together. Thank you.
And we welcome you back here to Fred Kelly Stadium. We hope you enjoyed the halftime festivities as Villa Park announced their homecoming king and queen. Here at halftime tonight, our congratulations to homecoming queen Trinity Lauren Aumua and homecoming king Mason Culp. Once again, Trinity Lawrenson Aumua and Mason Culp, who is on the Spartans football team playing as a fullback here tonight. Those are your homecoming queen and king for the class of 2025. And with that, we are set to get back to football here as the Spartans look to erase this 11-point deficit against the Corona Del Mar Sea Kings in what was a fast first half that took less than an hour to complete. Corona Del Mar 2 for 2 on its offensive drives in that first half, capping those drives with a touchdown run of 11 yards by quarterback Brady Annette and a 6-yard touchdown pass in the second quarter by Brady Annette to Dorset Stecker. And on the other side for the Spartans, they got a 39-yard field goal from Dalton Lang to cap their second of 3 drives in that first half. Their third drive stalled after a penalty and a sack ended that first half. Corona Del Mar will start with the football in the second half, and of course, the Sea Kings will be looking to put this game a little further out of reach. The Spartans will be hoping for a defensive stop to open up the second half to allow the offense to get a possession and get back into this football game. For our entire crew here with the Orange Unified School District, my name is Nathan Percy, again saying thank you so much for tuning in and making us a part of your Friday night. For all those Spartan alumni out there watching on YouTube, we'd like to welcome you home back to Fred Kelly Stadium. Happy homecoming as well, as Villa Park is in a crucial Bravo League game here against the Corona Del Mar Sea Kings. Again, the Spartans will kick off to the Sea Kings here in just a few moments. Let's get some first half stats for you from both of these teams. First, for the visiting Sea Kings, it was Dorset Stecker leading the way on the ground, 4 rushes for 49 yards. He also had 3 catches for 25 yards and a touchdown. The leading receiver, however, was J.J. Haley, the sophomore, with 3 catches for 83 yards in that first half. And for the quarterback, it's Brady Annette, who tossed the ball 9 times, completing 6 passes for 108 yards. The biggest play of the half was a 52-yard pass from Annette to Haley, and that set up that 6-yard touchdown throw from Annette to Stecker. On the other side for the Spartans, they kept the ball on the ground for most of the first half, and leading the way on the ground game was Maverick DeClark, the fullback, who rushed 4 times for 20 yards. It was Coy Collins with 8 carries for 15 yards in that first half. And through the air, 5 for 5 passing was Matt Smith for 34 yards, including a couple of catches by Lovey Clark for 21 yards and a couple of catches for Coy Collins and Dalton Lang in that first half. And again, the only scoring for the Spartans was that 39-yard field goal by Dalton Lang about early to midway through that second quarter. Do have an update in another Orange Unified School District game. Unfortunately for the El Medina Vanguards, they are down in Tustin, and Tustin has a big 42-0 lead over the Vanguards late in the second quarter in that football game. That game is being played in the Delta League. El Medina, a lot of ground to make up if they're looking to pick up their 3rd Delta League victory this season. Corona Del Mar setting up to receive this opening kickoff in the second half. Back deep to receive for the Sea Kings. Tucker Murray is on one side, and Jack Phillips is on the other, as Dalton Lang will look to kick this one away here for the Spartans from their own 40-yard line. Lang has it teed up, a short kick to the right side, or the near side, I should say. That's going to go out of bounds, and that will give the Sea Kings possession at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for Brady Annette
Dalton
and company,
Lang's
who again only had
goes out
2
of bounds to
possessions
start the
in the
second
first half, but they made them count, scoring drives of 97 yards in the first quarter and 75 yards in the second quarter.
Ball spotted at the 35-yard line.
as Annette and company will head out to start this second half. Garrett James will be split wide to the left. Split wide to the right will be J.J. Haley. In the backfield with Annette will be Kuchera to the right and Stecker to the left. Shotgun formation set here for the Sea Kings, as Annette awaits the snap from his center. Clean snap. They fake the give to Stecker. Throw to the right. This one short, and it's dropped by Haley as he was hit coming in by Polk, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 coming up. Polk had that pretty well played, the cornerback on the far side for the Spartans. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Corona Del Mar did a pretty good job of mixing up run and pass. Pretty balanced offensively in that first half, and they've found a spark there with Stecker in the backfield as well as in the slot, which he is now on the far side, just to the just off screen to the top of your screen. Pistol formation set here for the Sea Kings with two receivers to the right, one to the left. This is a handoff to Kuchera. Kuchera cuts it to the left-hand side, slips a tackle at the 45 into Spartan territory and well down the line at about the 25 before he's pushed out of bounds by Parker Johns. There's a flag resting at the the Spartans' 42-yard line, and this one may be coming back a bit. But what a run there by Kuchera. He got a gap on the line on the left-hand side from Marco Valente and Jaden Sembrano, and was able to ride that slip a tackle at the 45 and take it another 20 yards. But this one will come back to the 48-yard line. That'll be a 1st down. So technically it'll be a 13-yard play there on 1st down. And just about at midfield are the Sea Kings as they get set for their 2nd play of the drive. Make it 3rd play of the drive. Shotgun formation set, Kuchera to the right and Stecker to the left in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right here for Annette, who hands it off to Stecker. Stecker cuts it up the middle, now tries to push a bit to the right, gets to the 2nd level, and he is brought down right at the 1st down marker. They're going to give him maybe 1 more yard beyond that, 11 yards on the carry before he is stopped and pushed back by a sea of sky blue jerseys. And that'll be another 1st down here for the Sea Kings as Stecker gets to 60 yards on the ground unofficially with his first 2nd half carry. Shotgun formation set now, pistol formation set now here for the Sea Kings. Fake the give to the running back Kuchera. Looking out is Annette, now escaping pressure, running up the middle, and he's brought down from behind at about the 31-yard line. Getting to him looked to be Ethan Hedrick. And that'll bring up another 1st down here for the Sea Kings. So down to the 30 goes Annette as that play goes for 11 yards. And another 1st and 10 coming up for Corona Del Mar. Senior quarterback Brady Annette. Again, nearly 1,600 yards through the air coming into the game, and on the ground had 177 yards on 29 carries for an average of 6 yards per carry. Pistol formation, a receiver to the left and 2 to the right here for the senior quarterback. Behind him is Kuchera. Good snap. Fake the give to Kuchera, throw to right. That's Haley. Haley makes the catch for about 8 yards and then scrambles out for an extra 5. Flag comes flying in from the near side, and we'll see if this one will come back. If it stands, it's about a 13-yard gain. J.J. Haley caught 3 passes in that first half for 83 yards. 2 referees, the near side judge and the head referee talking it through. This one might be a sideline warning here against Villa Park, as they are keeping the ball at the Spartans' 17-yard line. It is a sideline warning against the Spartans, so that play will stand. 13 yards through the air. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Sea Kings. They'll take that back. Now they're moving it up 5 yards. Thought the first one was a warning. So Haley with his 4th catch. This one going for 13 yards. It was their 2nd sideline warning, which is a 5-yard penalty. This one to Kuchera. Kuchera will try the right side, and he's met beyond the line of scrimmage by a couple of sky blue jerseys and forced out of bounds for a minimal gain. It'll be just outside the 10-yard line, about a 2-yard gain on 1st down. Will bring up a 2nd down and 8 for Kuchera, just his 3rd carry of the night for 18 yards total. And once again, Corona Del Mar just efficiently moving this ball downfield. They are within the Spartans' red zone here. Shotgun formation, 2 in the backfield with the net. Handoff goes to Stecker. Stecker tries right, cuts it back up the middle. He's in for the touchdown. Dorsett Stecker with his 2nd touchdown of the night. This one goes for 10 yards. And the Sea Kings take a 20-3 lead with the extra point coming up, and a Spartan slow to get up at the 5-yard line, but is back up and moving back on the defensive side of the ball is Sean Burns. Now he will start to make his way off the field here. So Stecker, a 10-yard run. He's now got a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown tonight. And the Sea Kings are now 3 for 3 in scoring touchdowns to cap off their drives tonight, as Joseph DeBella is on to attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up. A line drive. It is through. 21-3. Corona Del Mar with the lead over Villa Park, as the Spartans will have to try to battle back, as the offense will get the ball back in just a moment. 9:24 remaining here in this 3rd quarter. And it's an 18-point lead for the Sea Kings on homecoming night here for the Spartans. This is high school football presented by the Orange Unified School District. You're watching it live on the OUSD YouTube page. And for Villa Park, some work to do is Lovey Smith. You see the band there trying to pump up this team. Lovey Smith will head back to about his 5-yard line for this upcoming kickoff from DeBella, who will tee it up at the 40-yard line. Again, tonight's game rounds out our coverage of the homecoming games for all 4 of our Orange Unified School District teams. Of course, all 4 of these games are archived or will be archived on the OUSD YouTube page if you want to go back and watch any of the action, as DeBella puts boot to ball, end over end kick. Clark will make the catch at about the 5-yard line. Will try up the middle, has a little bit of space, and is tripped up at the 25-yard line. He falls forward to about the 27, make it the 26. And it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Spartans, as Matt Smith and company head back out to the field. Smith was perfect on his throws in the first half, but they all were for short yardage. His longest throw was of 15 yards, and that went to Lovey Clark. We'll see what the offense can do here against this Sea Kings defense. 1st and 10, Smith will be in the backfield by himself. Legata will be the slot receiver on the near side. Hanna in motion from right to left. 2 receivers on either side here for the junior quarterback, as Matt Smith gets a clean snap. Back to pass, looking up the middle. Has Hanna wide open there and plenty of space to work with. He gets into Corona Del Mar territory. And that'll be a 1st down for the Sea Kings, or pardon me, for the Spartans from their own 27 up to the 42. That's a 31-yard gain on 1st down. And the student section throwing up some powder into the air, clouding our vision momentarily, as the Spartans set up for a 1st and 10 in Sea Kings territory. For Hanna, that's his first catch of the night, and it's a big one right up the middle, and he was uncovered. High formation set now for the Spartans with Coy Collins, the deep setback. That powder will stay stagnant with this fairly cold air. Smith throws on the run, has his target. That's Legata, who slips past one would-be tackler. And he is down within the 30-yard line. That'll be another first down from the 42 up to about the 28. That's 14 yards on first down, as the Spartans are finding some success through the air here on this opening drive. Their opening drive, I should say, of the second half. That's Legata's first catch of the night. And in 2 plays, the Spartans have moved some 45 yards. I formation set once again with 2 receivers to the right. Hanna split wide to the right, and now the tight end Reyes in motion from left to right. Collins, the deep setback. Here comes Levy Clark from right to left. The handoff goes to Maverick DeClark, the fullback, who leans back and gets a couple of yards. And that'll bring up a second down and 8. Swallowed up there by the right side of the defensive line. In on the stop, or helping with the stop for the Sea Kings, was Arshan Abibi. And second down and 8 will be the play coming up, as the ball is resting at about the 26-yard line. DeClark had 4 carries for 20 yards in that first half. Pretty even mix of handing the ball off to Clark or the deep setback Coy Collins, as the Spartans huddle up and bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and 8, shotgun formation here for Smith. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to the left, and Collins, the running back, to Smith's right-hand side in the backfield. Flag comes in from the back judge, and that's going to be a delay of game here against the Spartans. The Spartans are coming back as if a timeout was called. And a timeout is called here by Villa Park. First of the half for the Spartans, who are down 21-3, 6:54 remaining here in this third quarter. Spartans will talk things over as they try to get back into this football game. And again, finding success in the air. Matt Smith with a pretty pass up the middle to Ben Hanna a couple of plays ago. And then on the very next play, got another 14-yard gain to Vince Legata. And that took the ball to the Sea Kings 28-yard line. 2-yard rush there by DeClark made it 2nd and 8 as Ansich sends his offense back out there, trying to find an answer here against this Sea Kings defense. Has been a hard bargain all year, as Corona Del Mar is 7-0 coming into this one here tonight, including 2-0 in league play. 2 weeks ago, they kind of shocked the Orange County landscape a little bit by handling San Juan Hills to a final of 33-10. Legata in motion from left to right. Back to pass is Smith. Smith looking right, looking deep. He's got Levy Clark. It bounces off the helmet of the defender. That was Henry Burchard, who never looked back for the ball, and it falls harmlessly incomplete. It was right in the wheelhouse there for Clark, but Burchard was able to get his helmet in the way somehow, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. That is the first incomplete pass for Smith tonight. Not necessarily any fault of his own. That was a good ball. If maybe an inch or two higher, that would have been 6 points. 3rd and 8. Now you just want to get the first down up to the 18-yard line, as the Spartans will have 1 receiver to the right and 2 to the left. Now they'll bring out Legata late. Legata's going to head out to the left-hand side as well. There goes Collins, and back to pass is Smith. Heavy pressure. He gets his man up the middle. It's Clark, I believe, looking for space. He's not going to find it, as he is down right about the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 8. Give credit to the Sea Kings. There was heavy pressure coming in from the far side immediately, and that may have forced Smith to throw the football before he was ready. or at least to quickly find a different receiver. And now we'll see what the Spartans will do here on 4th and 8. Offense is staying out there at least for the moment, as Legata is the last man out there into the huddle. So too comes Dalton Lang. Dalton Lang is the kicker, but he is going to split wide to the right. Hannah and Levy Clark split wide to the left to the top of your screen. Shotgun formation set here for Smith on 4th and 8 from the 26-yard line. Legata in motion from right to left. Back to pass as Smith steps up in the pocket. Now he's looking for room. Up to the 20, up to the 15. He's got the first down. Matt Smith determined, finds a way to get it done. Up to the 11-yard line. That's a gain of about 16, make it 15 yards on 4th and 8. And the Spartans are within the Sea Kings red zone.
First and 10 Spartans.
Big time play there for Smith, who tried to keep his eyes downfield, but eventually knew he had to tuck it and run. And a couple of missed tackles there on the way by the Sea Kings allow the Spartans to get the first down. Now a bunch formation. They give it to a fullback here to the right-hand side, and getting maybe to the 10-yard line was Sebastian Hamblett, number 27. And they'll give him maybe a half yard there. It'll bring up a 2nd and a long 9 as the ball is spotted just within the 11-yard line. So the Spartans trying to change things up a bit here, trying to find something that works here against this Sea Kings defense. Again, remember, a couple of pass plays went for 45 combined yards earlier in the drive. Now they're back in the I formation set here with Smith under center. Hannah to the left and Levy Clark to the right, the receivers. Handoff to Collins. Collins slips out to the right, punches it through the 5, and is down at about the 3-yard line. Make it the 3-yard line. It'll be just shy of a first down, as that'll be an 8-yard gain on 2nd and 9. So the ball will be spotted at the 3. The Spartans, if they can get a yard, can get the first down without the need to punch it in, but it doesn't look like they're going to get it here as they tried to sneak it through with Smith, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 1. Tried to hurry it up to the Spartans, but the Sea Kings were ready. We'll see what the Spartans decide to do on 4th and 1 from the 3.
4th down and a long one.
Collins, the 8-yard run, his 2nd longest of the night. That was back on the 2nd down play. And we'll see what the Spartans can come up with here. It's Legata under center now. Legata will take it himself. He tries the left-hand side, just shy. Corona Del Mar, but I believe they may. Did he get the first down? So Legata takes the ball to the left-hand side. He didn't need a touchdown. He just needed about a yard for a first down. And it looks like they're going to, can't tell yet. Looks like they say he was just shy. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Boy, that had to have been by a matter of inches as Legata, hard to tell from up here. We're up at the top of the bleachers, but it looked like he was pretty much right there. But again, the referees spot it just a bit short. And the Sea Kings will take over 1st and 10 from about their own 2-yard line, as Brady Annette and company head back out. So what was the Spartans' best drive of the night falls a bit short on 4th down. And now it'll be a handoff here to Stecker, who starts in his own end zone and gets out to about the line of scrimmage. As the Spartans stop him there, it'll be 2nd down and 10. No gain on the play.
On 1st down, no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 from the 2.
Spartans right now just want to keep the pressure up deep in the Sea Kings territory. Annette will be in the pistol formation. It's Nixon in the backfield. Two receivers to the left and one to the right with a tight end on the right side of the line as well. Annette awaits the senior quarterback. Gets a clean snap, hands it off to Nixon. Nixon up the middle. He's got some space, gets to about the 5, maybe the 6. That'll be a gain of about 4, but more importantly, they push away from their own end zone. It'll be 3rd down and a long 5 coming up. For Nixon, that's his 4th carry of the night, 5 yards. The Sea Kings appear to switch their running back with each possession between Chase Kachera and Trajan Nixon. 3rd down and 6 coming up. As we're approaching 2 minutes remaining here in this 3rd quarter. And a clean snap to Annette, who finds himself in trouble, throws it from the back of the end zone. This one nearly picked off. Levy Clark was right there providing the coverage on Garrett James, and Levy Clark maybe wants a flag for offensive PI but doesn't get it. As the Sea Kings will likely punt this one away with a 4th and 6 coming up. So a good defensive stand there for the Spartans should net them pretty good field position here late in this 3rd quarter. As they'll get the ball back in just a moment. Annette will be the one to punt this one away here for Corona Del Mar. Oh, how close was Levy Clark to picking off Annette? That would have been a big turnover in favor of the Spartans. Here's a good kick here as Clark picks it up at the 42-yard line. Clark's going to try the right side, slips a tackle, but still at the 40. Now he's got some space to turn it upfield, and he's out of bounds. A little shove at the end there, and one in return, and a flag as Clark may have baited a Corona Del Mar player into getting him back, and this might give the Spartans a little bit more yardage. I believe that may have been Landon Rucker. I didn't quite see the number. It was either Rucker or Pettick on that play, and we'll see how it affects things to start this Spartans drive. Either way, a good punt return there from the 42 to about the 26. Referees talking it over as the Spartans get ready to go. This one looks like it may actually be going against Villa Park. Referees are still talking it over. I believe the head referee is now going to get input here from Kevin Heddig on what he wants to do about this penalty. There's Ansich and his offense waiting to get back out on the field, wondering where they're going to start this drive. So it starts from the 33, and it's going to come back to the 42. It's a personal foul called against Villa Park. So it's going to start from the 42, and then it's going to be an additional 15 yards. There we go. Now they're going to start to mark it off. It's going to go back in Villa Park territory. That's a big mistake there for the Spartans. Not sure if that was the Clark shove of the helmet there at the end, or if there was something else that happened. Boy, it looks like another penalty here against Villa Park too. And this one's coming all the way back to the Villa Park 33-yard line. I did see 2 flags come up at the end of that punt return, and they did appear like they were in different areas. One of them definitely looked like it was in regards to the little back and forth between Clark and I believe it was Rucker. And now the referees are bringing it back to the 48-yard line. And back to the Corona Del Mar 37-yard line. What in the world? So what we gather from that is at the beginning of the spotting of the football, Corona Del Mar was very happy. And at the end of it, it's Villa Park that's happier now because now it's back in Corona Del Mar territory. Either way, the end result, 1st and 10 from the Sea Kings 37 for Villa Park, which now has good field position here. I believe it's best starting field position of the night for the Spartans, as Matt Smith leads them back out. A receiver on either side, and Coy Collins in the backfield. It's Levy Clark in motion from left to right. Smith fakes the give to Collins, finds Clark, but it's through his hands and out of bounds. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Again, Smith put some really good zip on that football. And perhaps Clark wasn't quite ready for it to come in that fast, as it slips through the hands and falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Smith had 5 pass attempts in the first half. That throw was his 5th of the second half. He is 3 for 5 in this half for 45 yards. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation here for the Spartans. Smith, the quarterback, gets the snap, back to pass, throws to the left and has his mark. That looks like Hanna making the catch near the 1st down marker. And he is dragged down and out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 9. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. Ben Hanna, his 2nd reception of the night, gives him 40 yards total on 2 catches. I formation set here, Legata under center. Pardon me, that is Smith under center. Hands it to Coy, and Coy trips up. That's Collins. Be right at the line of scrimmage, and that'll go for no gain. It'll be 4th down and 1 coming up. If anything, maybe a loss of 1 on that play. And now another 4th down coming up here for the Spartans. Collins looked like he had room. Not sure if he tripped up over a defender or maybe the offensive line who was blocking the defender. Legata's going to head back out here with Matt Smith, as it appears the Spartans are going to go for it here on 4th and 2 with 30 seconds and counting remaining here in this 3rd quarter. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. In motion is Legata. He goes under center once again. Hard count, nearly got Corona Del Mar to jump. And now he looks back at the sideline here, and I believe this will be a timeout called by the Spartans. That'll stop the clock with 11 seconds remaining here in this 3rd quarter as they try to drop another play on 4th and 2. Spartans have faced a handful of 4th downs here tonight. They've been successful on a couple, unsuccessful on at least one, as Dusan Ansich and the coaching staff wants to bring back the offense to talk this over. 21-3 the score. Corona Del Mar with the lead over Villa Park with 11 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter. It's homecoming night for the Villa Park Spartans. They're trying to get back into this football game with 12 minutes and 11 seconds of game clock left to go, as these 2 teams will switch sides after this play coming up most likely. This is high school football presented by the Orange Unified School District. You're watching it live on the OUSD YouTube page. Again, this is the 4th and final of our homecoming game broadcasts this year. And again, all of these broadcasts will be archived on the OUSD YouTube page if you want to go back and watch the action. Shotgun formation set here for the Spartans out of the timeout. 11 seconds remaining here in this 3rd quarter. 2 receivers to the left here for Matt Smith. Clean snap. They give it to Collins. Collins nearly slips again. That's going to cost him once again as he falls behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll be a turnover on downs as the Sea Kings will take over 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line in just a moment, and that will stop the clock with 4 seconds remaining here in this 3rd quarter. It's a loss of 3 for Collins on 4th and 2 as the Spartans once again fail to convert on 4th down, and they give it up about the spot they took over on this drive. They got about a net of maybe 6 yards or so. And the turnover on downs will give the Sea Kings an opportunity to expand upon the lead. Annette and company had a 3 and out the first time they failed to score on a drive this evening on their last drive a little bit ago. And now he is back out with his offense here for their 5th drive of the night. Handoff to Stecker. Stecker right side. Tries to get through the first tackler. Cannot do so. I believe that was DeClark on the tackle, the linebacker. And that'll go for maybe a yard. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. Stecker 8 carries for 71 yards unofficially, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter. Corona Del Mar expands upon the lead with a touchdown on their first drive to open up the second half. And through 3 quarters of play, the Sea Kings have a 21-3 lead over Villa Park. They also have the ball to start the 4th quarter as the 2 teams switch sides for the final period of play. Again, this is homecoming night for the Villa Park Spartans. And you're watching it live here on the Orange Unified School District YouTube page. Again, if you missed our 3 previous homecoming broadcasts, we started it off with Orange High School as the Panthers picked up a 52-14 victory over Fountain Valley a couple of weeks ago on October 2nd. Then last week, a couple of games. Canyon had their homecoming night on Thursday, October 9th, but they fell to Irvine by a final of 29-21. And the following night, last week on Friday, it was El Medina coming up with a 28-21 victory over Western High School in Delta League action. And again tonight for Villa Park, this is our final homecoming night broadcast of the year as the Spartans close us out here in 2025. Corona Del Mar with the ball, shotgun formation set. Annette with Kuchera to his right-hand side. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Annette back to pass. Has a clean pocket, throws over to the left-hand side. Has Stecker who makes the catch before going out of bounds right at midfield at the 50-yard line. As that play goes for 17 yards on 2nd down. It'll be a 1st and 10 right at midfield here for the Sea Kings. Nothing flashy so far tonight for Corona Del Mar, just efficiency. Annette has 138 yards through the air, and Stecker now has 42 receiving yards on 4 catches tonight. Shotgun formation set with Stecker to the left and Kuchera to the right of the quarterback in the backfield. 1 receiver on either side here for Annette. Handoff goes to Stecker, tries up the gut, spins away from a tackle and is tripped up, gets a couple of yards up to the Villa Park 48-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. Villa Park has started to find a way to slow Stecker down from the backfield. His last 3 carries have gone for a combined 3 yards. But right now for Corona Del Mar with an 18-point lead, they're trying to do 2 things here. 1, they're trying to score, but 2, they're also trying to run time off the clock as well to keep Villa Park from having a chance to get back in the ball game. So you would expect they'll probably try to keep the ball on the ground for a good portion of this drive as they move Stecker in motion from the backfield to the right. Back to pass, of course I say that, now they're going to go for a throw, but instead Annette scrambles up the middle, past the 40, up to about the 35-yard line, and that's where he is down. DeClark had a chance at a tackle. Pardon me, that was DeClark who made the tackle. It was Nagel who had a chance earlier on the attempt but could not bring down Annette. And he is able to take it up 13 yards to the 35-yard line for another Sea Kings 1st down. 1st and 10. Pistol formation from the 35. Kuchera with the handoff up the middle gets 5 before the Spartans slow him down and the whistles blow this play dead at the 30-yard line. 5-yard gain for Kuchera on 1st down. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 5 as Kuchera gets some tough yards up the middle. The running backs, Kuchera and Nixon, have been a little bit limited. They each have 4 carries tonight. It's been Stecker who has gotten the majority of the carries in the backfield. He's got 9, and he also has 4 catches. So a dual threat there for Dorset Stecker. 5'10", 185 pounds in his senior season. He is split wide to the left. Shotgun formation. Back to pass is Annette. Looking right. Looking to throw it up there. This is Haley, and he's not going to be able to get there. It was Polk providing the coverage. No flag. It'll be 3rd down and 5 after that incomplete pass from Brady Annette to J.J. Haley. Nine and a half remaining here in the ball game as the Sea Kings will have a 3rd down coming up. See what Annette and company come up with here. It'll be a shotgun formation with pistol formation with Kuchera just behind his quarterback Annette. Haley split wide to the right, leaving Stecker and James wide to the left. Stecker is the slot receiver. And this will be a rollout to the left here for Annette. Over towards the left-hand side. Oh, nearly picked off by the Spartans. A flag does come in simultaneously. It almost looked like that flag was in the direction of the football as it was coming into the defender as well. And we'll see what this call is. Stecker was the intended target. Trying to see who it was on the coverage there for Villa Park. It's a holding call against the Sea Kings. No, I take that back. It's a holding call against Villa Park. And that will give the Sea Kings a 1st down to the 20-yard line. I believe maybe that was Hedrick who had a chance on that interception, but it bounced off the hands. Wouldn't have mattered anyways. The penalty went against Villa Park. And it's 1st and 10 now for the Sea Kings on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Shotgun formation for Annette. Stecker to his right. That's where the ball goes. Stecker tries up the middle and is swallowed up, but not before gaining a couple of yards up to the 18, as that'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. Just running into the wall, getting a couple of positive yards there on 1st down. And this clock will keep moving as the Sea Kings set up for 2nd down. Stecker 10 rushes now for 75 yards unofficially on the night. He's in the backfield again to the left-hand side of his quarterback, Brady Annette. To the right is Kuchera. Haley split wide to the right, split wide to the left is Garrett James. Now Stecker heads out to the left-hand side. It's going to be a screen pass to James, and what a play there by the defense. A late hit coming in at the end of it too, but no call. Hedrick is the tackler there for Villa Park, and he read that play well as James takes a loss of 2 on that play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. So Hedrick starting to make his presence felt here on this drive. A near interception and now a tackle for loss brings up a 3rd down and 10. For James, that's his 1st catch of the night. Unfortunately, it goes for a loss. And Annette will set up here for this 3rd and 10 play within 8 minutes remaining in the ball game here as Annette works out of the backfield alone. 2 receivers on the left, 3 on the right. And whistles here as Corona Del Mar wants to talk things over. 21-3 the score. The Sea Kings lead the Spartans here on Villa Park's homecoming night. Corona Del Mar looking to put this one away with another score. 7:41 remaining in the ball game here. We're in the 4th quarter of this game at Fred Kelly Stadium. Beautiful night for football here as these 2 teams battle it out in the Bravo League. Corona Del Mar looking to stay undefeated this year. They came in 7-0 overall. They are 2-0 in league play. For the Spartans, they got a big win over Tesoro last week, 42-24. They were looking to build on that momentum here tonight. They came in at 4-3 overall and 1-1 in Bravo League play. As this defense tries to find a way to get another stop here, this Corona Del Mar offense. Out of the timeout, Annette about ready to head back out after some final words of wisdom. He'll have 3 receivers split wide to the right and 2 to the left, as he will be all alone in the backfield. Spread out defensively are the Spartans. As Annette Gets a clean snap, back to pass, looking up the middle, some pressure coming in. He is running away, he slips, and a big defensive stop there for the Spartans, as landing on top of him there was Parker Johns. DeClark in there as well, and it appeared Tim Suos was in on the stop too. So they give it to Maverick DeClark. And the Sea Kings go from being in the red zone to now likely having to punt this one away. Great pressure provided by the front seven there of the Spartans, and a big-time defensive stop as they will now have an opportunity with 7 minutes remaining. Back deep to punt it away is Annette, and deep to receive is Lovey Clark at his own 10-yard line. That is a loss of 20. If not a little bit more. Clark will signal fair catch and make this one at about the 12-yard line. And that's where Villa Park will take over. 1st and 10. The Spartans need to find a way to move the ball quickly here. Down by 18 with 6:43 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's 21-3. Corona Del Mar over Villa Park. As you get another look at the Villa Park band in the stands, trying to get this crowd going and trying to get this Spartan offense ready to go for its next drive. 1st and 10 at about the 13-yard line. Matt Smith all alone in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Clean snap. He's going to take it himself up the middle, and he's going to run into a linebacker at about the 20-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 6, make it 7, as it looked like Jack Cohen perhaps on the stop there for the Sea Kings. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. 7 yards on the ground for Smith on that 1st down play. He's in the backfield alone once again, has a couple more guys on the line this time. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. This is Clark in motion from right to left. And that's where Smith will go with the football. The 20, he makes the catch. This will be 1st down yardage, slips through a tackle, and is pushed out of bounds beyond the 30-yard line, near the 35. That play started at about the 20. And that'll go for about 14 yards. 1st and 10 for the Spartans, as Smith gets over the century mark through the air with that play. Unofficially, the 4th catch of the game for Clark, 35 yards through the air. 1st and 10, ball at the 34-yard line. 3 receivers split wide to the right, the far side on your screen, up top. Shotgun formation with Coy Collins in the backfield with Smith. Handoff goes to Collins. Reverses course, now tries the right-hand side, and he will stick around the line of scrimmage. And he is brought down for a minimal gain, maybe 1 yard, by Cash Pearsall. It'll be a 2nd down and 9 coming up. 12 rushes for 20 yards unofficially for Collins tonight. It's been an up-and-down night from a yardage perspective for him. He's got quite a few runs that have been stopped behind the line of scrimmage. As the offense brings the ball back out, or Smith brings the offense back up to the line of scrimmage. Ben Hanna splitting wide to the right. Lovey Clark splitting wide to the left. Shotgun formation here for Smith with Collins in the backfield to his right-hand side. Clean snap back to pass. Pardon me, this is Legata. Legata with the throw, and this one is caught by Johns for a 1st down. About 12 yards on that play, as Johns gets his 1st reception of the night, and the Spartans keep the drive going. That's Legata's 1st pass attempt of the night, and it goes for 12. Legata still in there at quarterback now. Pistol formation set. 1 receiver on either side. Collins behind his quarterback. Handoff goes to Collins. Collins full steam ahead, spins through a tackle up the middle and gets to near the 45-yard line of the Sea Kings. He stopped at the 46, and that will go for a gain of 7 on 1st down, and it'll be 2nd down and 3 as the Spartans get into Sea King territory. And Legata stays in there at quarterback, shotgun formation with a receiver on either side. Back to pass, looking left. Pump fake, now going deep, looking for Clark. Clark, not enough space there as it looked like he was dragged down early or slowed down early there by Hudson Zanone. And that'll be a penalty marker down for the Sea Kings as this will aid Villa Park in getting a little bit closer to that end zone. 3:55 remaining here in this fourth quarter. This flag should go against the Sea Kings as Villa Park will move up to the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Spartans. So it looks like they've made a quarterback change here late in this one as Legata has taken over. Vince Legata's in his senior season, 6'1", 190. Shotgun formation here for him with Collins to his left and 2 receivers to the left-hand side. Back to pass, under pressure, steps up in the pocket, rolls out to the right and tries to find some space and is brought down just beyond the line of scrimmage out to the 30-yard line for a 1-yard gain, maybe 2. Will Chavez, the cornerback, bringing him down. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 from inside the 30. Legata, by the way, on the season from the quarterback position has a completion percentage of 59%. And he's got 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions through the air, 703 yards through the air in 6 games for the senior this season. Back to pass once again. Legata looking to the left, looking deep again as it's Clark. This one is intercepted at the 5-yard line and bringing it back up the near sideline now, cutting it back towards the left. This is Tucker Murray at the 45-yard line, and he will get out at the 47 as the Sea Kings get a turnover here with 2:56 remaining in the fourth quarter. They will take over just near midfield. 1st and 10 after the interception by Vince Legata, his 6th of the year. And that should likely put this one away here for the Sea Kings, who will remain undefeated after this one here tonight, pending a quick, swift turnaround here for the Spartans. Interception made at the 5. He returns it about 42 yards up to the Sea Kings 47. And that's where Brady Annette and company have it here, 1st and 10. Pistol formation set, a receiver on either side here for the senior quarterback Annette. Hands it off here to Nixon up the middle, and he bowls his way forward beyond midfield up to about the 43. That'll be a gain of about 5 as they spot it at the 48-yard line, 2nd down and 5. You can bet you'll see a healthy dose of running plays here from the Sea Kings with just 2.5 minutes remaining and counting. Villa Park does have 2 timeouts that they can use if they so choose. Pistol formation set here for Annette. 2 receivers to the right. The running back is Nixon, the deep setback. And this one a bad snap and going to pick it up. Pardon me, that was not Annette, but that's a big loss there for the Sea Kings. Believe that was Luca DiNapoli in at quarterback. Pardon me, make that Sean Swatzik in at quarterback for the Sea Kings. That snap was to his left and a bit out of his reach, and that's going to make him, or that's going to put him back about 15 yards or so to their own 36-yard line. Clock continues to tick. Swatzik in at quarterback with a receiver on either side. High snap this time, but he handles it, and he's going to look for somewhere to throw it. Oh, he's hit from behind, and this ball pops out. And it looks like the Sea Kings got to it first. Ball actually will get up to the 40-yard line. And And it will still be Sea Kings football. Not sure who got on top of it, but it did look like a white jersey covered it first, but it'll be 4th down and long, about 17 yards, as Annette will head back in there to punt this one away. Back deep to receive is Lovey Clark with 44 seconds and counting remaining in this fourth quarter. As this one a high kick, a little bit short, lands at about the 36-yard line, and will take a friendly bounce for the Sea Kings inside the 20, down to the 18, make it the 19. So the Spartans will take over, 1st and 10 with 31 seconds remaining. Likely one play, maybe a couple here. There is a flag on the field, I believe, at the 37-yard line of the Spartans. And these officials will talk it out before they move it, and the Spartans take over. It looks like Villa Park is moving as if this one's going to go against them. And it's going to pin the Spartans a little bit deeper into their own territory. Again, for the Spartans, after tonight, they will move on to a road game at San Juan Hills High School, so they'll have another tough opponent next week as the Spartans travel to San Juan Capistrano for a date with the Stallions next week on Friday. For the Sea Kings, they will also travel to South Orange County next week for a date with Tesoro, as these two teams will get ready for their Week 9 action. Back to pass is Legata here on 1st and 10. He's tiptoeing on his own goal line, now looking for Clark, telling him to go deep. Clark has about 3 white jerseys. Oh, he made the catch at the 50-yard line. And the Spartans will come forward as the clock at 17 seconds. A little magic there for Legata and Clark. And Clark will spike it. Legata will spike it here with 11 seconds remaining at the 49-yard line. Boy, what a pass. What an even better catch there by Lovey Clark, as that went for 30-plus yards. Spartans have 11 seconds to do something here, down by 18. Corona Del Mar will get the victory. They will improve to 8-0 overall and 3-0 in Bravo League play, but the Spartans trying to give themselves something to cheer about going into next week at the end of this one. 4 receivers, 3 split wide to the right here for Legata. Back to pass. Legata looking deep, now stepping up, throwing to the left-hand side, too high. And that one is out of bounds with 5 seconds left. The intended target there was Donovan Scott, a freshman wide receiver. And it'll be third down and 10 from about midfield. First down was the spike. The second down was the incomplete pass. The Spartans head up to the line of scrimmage for what should be the final play of the night, as Legata's in the shotgun formation with Collins to his left. Back to pass Legata. He will stay in the pocket now, step up, roll out to his right as the Spartans are going towards the end zone. He will heave it up there, and again, there's triple coverage there. There was a Spartan trying to make the catch. It looked like that was Dalton Lang, and that one falls incomplete, and that will do it for tonight. It's Corona Del Mar coming away with a 21-3 victory over Villa Park, spoiling the Spartans' homecoming night here tonight, as Villa Park falls to 4-4 overall and 1-2 in the Bravo League. For the Sea Kings, they improved to 8-0 overall and 3-0 in Bravo League play. Again, a good game for the Sea Kings tonight. They remain undefeated. They were efficient over their first few drives of the ball game here tonight, and that ended up spurring them on to a 21-3 victory here this evening. Brady Annette and company led the way. It was Dorset Stecker who had the big game for the Sea Kings tonight. 1 rushing touchdown, 1 receiving touchdown. touchdown for Corona Del Mar, and for Brady Annette, he had a passing touchdown as well as a rushing touchdown in his own right tonight. For Villa Park, unfortunately, just couldn't finish off the drives tonight. But they did get a 39-yard field goal in the second quarter from Dalton Lang. Unfortunately, that was all the scoring they could get this evening. But again, a brilliant halftime show for this student section as well, as they still put on a show for this hometown crowd here at Fred Kelly Stadium. Final score once again, Corona Del Mar 21, Villa Park 3, as the Sea Kings stay undefeated, 8-0 on the year, 3-0 in Bravo League play. Again, for the Villa Park Spartans, they'll have another tough test next week as they head down to San Juan Hills to take on the Stallions, as they will be 4-4 overall and 1-2 in Bravo League play. That's going to do it for our homecoming games this year. We want to thank you so much for tuning in and making us a part of your evening these last 3 weeks. Again, Villa Park closing out our slate of homecoming games here in 2025. We hope you'll go back and watch the halftime performances, watch these games if you'd like to go back and see the action again as well. And we hope you'll join us again next year in 2026 as we have 4 more games for these schools on homecoming in the fall of 2026. Again, Orange High School started it off with a 52-14 win over Fountain Valley. And then last week it was Canyon High School falling in that second game to Irvine by a final of 29-21. El Medina coming up with a 28-21 homecoming win last Friday over Western. And then, of course, tonight, closing it out, Villa Park falling to Corona Del Mar, 21-3. Again, our thanks to you for joining us each and every week for these homecoming games. We hope you enjoyed the action. And again, for all of us here with the Orange Unified School District, we'd like to thank you for your support of these broadcasts on the Orange Unified School District YouTube page. Our thanks to head coach Dusan Ansich for his time before the start of the game tonight as he chats with his players after this loss here tonight. They will try to turn things around against San Juan Hills next week on the road as they go into that game 4-4. For the final time here in 2025 from Fred Kelly Stadium, my name is Nathan Percy. For all of us here with the Orange Unified School District, one more time, we'd like to thank you again for making us a part of your Thursday and Friday evenings. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And again, these games are archived. You can go back and watch the action if you'd like, as well as these very fun student halftime shows as well. For our entire crew here at the Orange Unified School District, I'm Nathan Percy signing off for the final time here at Fred Kelly Stadium as you get one last look here at the Villa Park Spartans. Final score, Corona Del Mar 21, Villa Park 3. Until fall 2026, we wish you best of luck the rest of the way. We wish you nothing but success, especially for these students here at Villa Park the rest of the school year. And we'll be back and ready to go for some more fun in the fall of 2026. Good night, everybody. So long from Fred Kelly Stadium.